Yo, welcome back to the channel, guys. We're gonna go through some creepy TikToks. If it's your first time here, I appreciate you for stopping by. If you will, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Let's check out some videos. I won't hold you up long. We got some interesting stuff in here, so let's check it out.
What? You've never heard this?
No.
It's the greatest story ever, bro. It's the greatest story.
So the Nazis made a deal with the aliens?
Yes.
Holy shit.
For technology, and the deal was they were going to work together, okay? I know this sounds crazy. So basically the aliens go down and Klaus Schwab's dad go down and meet with Eisenhower. It's going to be like we could either do it one way or the other way. We could do it nice or we can do it the wrong way. And that's where they say Eisenhower made a deal with these aliens that they could kidnap people and do experiments, but they couldn't just do it anywhere. They had specific places, which were our national forest.
What?
Yeah, dude. You've never heard of this. The missing 411 come from?
The missing information? What missing information?
No, the missing 411.
What do you mean by that?
Which is all these people have mysteriously disappeared in force. And they don't know
you're not
how.
talking about the missing 411 like information.
No.
So missing 411 is the number of people that have been abducted?
Yeah, and it's all really weird because they all have a lot of similar characteristics.
What exactly did this photo capture? On the 7th of August, 2016, at approximately 9:37 p.m., this photo was taken from a cruise ship and shared on Facebook, showing a large structure that appeared to be rising out of the ocean. According to the user who posted it, his cruise set sail from the port of Lisbon at around 5 p.m. into the Atlantic, and as he was winding down for the evening, trying to look for dolphins on his balcony, port side when he spotted this structure. Some have suggested that this is a ghost ship in the distance, or a mirage, or even Atlantis rising from the depths. But till this date, no one knows.
This is raw, unfiltered scientific proof of what the pyramids were really built for. This is what a real Egyptian tomb looks like. Dark, enclosed, and filled with hieroglyphs. But this is the Great Pyramid of Giza, the biggest tomb in the world. The closer you look, the more you realize that this pyramid was definitely not made for burying the dead. Why? Because the materials used to build it are exactly what we use today to create electricity. Giza was once covered in bright white casing stones, polished to perfection and virtually airtight. These stones were made of limestone from Tura, a quarry 500 miles away. They dragged stones the length of Florida just to make the pyramids look nice and shiny. This special limestone from Tura has less magnesium than regular limestone, making it an ideal insulator of electricity. Coincidence? Maybe, but let's keep digging. The interior chambers of the pyramid were built with rose granite, which contains asterisk 85% quartz. The same quartz we use to power watch batteries and barbecue lighters. But that's not all. Quartz is piezoelectric, meaning it generates a small electric charge when moved or squeezed. Granite also ionizes the air inside the chambers, further increasing the conductivity of electricity. And guess what? This granite was sourced from Aswan, another quarry hundreds of miles away. The granite slabs inside Giza have these strange structural designs that don't exactly look decorative. In fact, they're incredibly difficult to make. Why would you build a roof like this using 80-ton stone blocks from hundreds of miles away when you can't even see it from inside the chamber? Historians claim these were relieving chambers meant to prevent the room from collapsing under the weight of the pyramid. But here's the kicker. The chambers below had no such relief. On the other hand, if you were somehow able to apply pressure to these chambers, you'd get an electric charge from the quartz. A lot of it. But electricity can't just exist on its own. To utilize it, you need to direct it through something.
They're finding pyramids that are older than the Egyptian pyramids and larger. Croatia, Romania, Bulgaria, in that area. One of the archaeologists, he takes tourists below into the pyramid, and the energy sensitive people are feeling all sorts of wonderful things down in these tunnels underneath the pyramids. They think there's some really huge pyramids they photographed with aerial photography and satellites in Antarctica. Huge. So pyramids have been with us us for thousands and thousands of years. We're just Johnny-come-lately on this planet, you know, and we think we're number one. We're not. There were civilizations hundreds of thousands of years ago.
There's a really famous mystery called the Dyatlov Pass. It's about these 9 really experienced hikers in the 50s. They set off on this journey and they reached the first checkpoint, but they didn't make it to the second checkpoint. And there was a big search that goes out to make sure they're okay. The army gets involved and they go and follow the route to find the hikers. And they come across these prints in the snow that led down the mountain. And some of the prints were bare feet, some had 1 shoe and 1 barefoot. And it's all 9 of the hikers. And they find 3 of the hikers, and they're all deceased. And there's one who's naked. There's one who's up in one of the trees, and there's these deep gouges on the tree as if some animal had been scratching at this tree. There's more footprints that lead away from those 3, and the footprints lead where the other 6 hikers were, and they're all deceased as well. And the women were wearing men's clothing and vice versa. Some of their clothes had trace levels of radiation, and some of them had parts of their face removed, it looked like. Lips, nose, ears. It almost looked like surgical precision removal. There was a person in there who their chest had basically been caved in, but there's no sign of anything that could have done this damage. And suddenly the Soviet government says, we're going to shut this investigation down. All we know is that the 9 hikers who died from an unknown, unnatural force. Sealed.
You can take the height of the Great Pyramid and multiply by 43,200 and you get the polar radius of the Earth. You can measure the base perimeter of the Great Pyramid, multiply it by the same number, you get the equatorial circumference of the Earth. I won't bore you, but that number is not a random number. Great Pyramid is almost perfectly aligned to true north within 3/60ths of a single degree. 13-acre footprint, 6 million tons. 481 feet high, and aligned to true north with this incredible precision. I try and mention this to archaeologists. They say, it's just a coincidence. It's just rubbish. You know, that's what they say. And it's such a lazy way to dismiss the data, rather than getting to grips with the data and saying, could this really have happened by coincidence, or is something going on here? I've never seen a satisfactory explanation from the Egyptological fraternity as to how this was done. This thing is just a gigantic mystery in stone. It challenges us